And what is your name?
Good night, sir. Blessings to you. Michael is the name, also known as Jamaica. It's a pleasure to be here with you, my brother.
Jamaica. Okay.
Yes, man.
But when you have on the glasses, you're sure the people go and see you?
Yes, man, they're able to see me. I needed to look at some of my documents.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Jamaica, tell Jamaica tonight who you are.
Yes. So thank you for the opportunity. So I've been in the tourism sector for over a decade. I'm a Guild of English professional butler, where
You're a
I'm
guild of what?
English professional butler,
Mm-hmm.
where I train to give elite service in terms of personalized service and special attention to details.
Okay.
Yes. So we've been in the tourism sector for over a decade. I know the ins and the outs firsthand, so I know what goes on behind all of the play. I don't know if you could play the message from the Prime Minister speaking about what is happening inside the hotel sector.
Producer, can you play that video from last night where the Prime Minister was in Portland talking about hotels?
I want to bring some
For the
clarity to
past few
people,
weeks,
some
tourism
context.
workers have been busy protesting a number of issues, including low wages, poor working conditions, and bad treatment.
We cannot allow grievances in the natural process of adjustment in a growing sector to derail the sector.
It's in Jamaica's best interest to bring back normalcy to the sector. As Prime Minister Andrew Holness pointed out, tourism is 30% of Jamaica's gross domestic product and is the largest foreign exchange earner. It was reported in April that gross tourism earnings for the fiscal year ending March 2024 was projected at $4.38 billion. That was a 9.6% increase over the previous fiscal year.
Tourism is growing and expanding and adjusting. The workers, they are justified in also seeking their own household and their own remuneration and their own benefits to grow in proportion with the growth and development of the industry.
And so Mr. Holness had this message for the workers.
This administration respects the workers. We hear their plight. We understand their issues. And I have met just last Friday with some of the investors in tourism. And we had very frank conversation. And what I am pleased with is that the investors and owners and managers, they understand this point. They understand that tourism is about happiness.
He describes it as the economy of happiness for all stakeholders, including visitors, workers, management, and investors.
Minister Bartlett has been tasked to bring the sector together, to have real dialogue about how we're going to ensure that our workers in the tourism industry, that they are happy. There are many issues there. It's not just about pay. Sometimes, in fact, most times, it is about the conditions under which they work. Sometimes it's a matter of how management talk to them. We understand the issues, and we will bring resolution to these issues in a favorable way.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Jamaica, what is your response to?
First thing I want to say to the Prime Minister that the issues that are affecting the Jamaican people in the tourism sector, it is not a political one. It is an issue that has been there for too long, right? And it has gone both political parties. We're at 2024, where the people are fed up of what is going on and choose to take a stand. So therefore, it is not a political move for
So you're making it clear tonight that
clear.
what is happening within the hotel sector is not being propagated, is no politicians coming in and forcing you hotel workers to do what you're doing.
Not at all. The
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican people are acting based on the poor treatment. And when I hear them speak, Andre, it's not just about the pay. While they
Mm-hmm.
will adjust the pay because it's a major issue, because Jamaica we are facing a real challenging time. But
Mm-hmm.
there are some other issues that we are facing in the tourism sector, and it should not be overlooked.
Talk
So
about those issues tonight.
thank you. So the first one we're going to talk about insufficient pay. When you look at the hotel sectors, the major jobs are being done by foreigners.
Really?
Yes, man. So you have the hierarchy positions are normally given to foreigners. In a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the hotel sectors, you have Spanish speaking people.
Real short.
They will be having most of the managerial position, the
Mm-hmm.
C positions, right? So therefore, I'm puzzled that Jamaicans who offer high level service are being looked over to say that you cannot lead the service sector, and that is a crying shame. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe disrespect to the Jamaican people. You look at inadequate uniforms. So in order for you to be effective of your job, you must first dress and look the part.
Yes.
And in many of the hotels, you don't have sufficient uniforms. There are
Mm-hmm.
even hotels that are using uniform from previous employees to
What?
give to the new place. Yes, and this is the reality that happens. So you're wearing people's wear and left. And as Jamaicans, if somebody give you any old brook, that is disrespectful. And this is
Oh,
the reality of
so are the
hotels.
uniforms washed? What the people getting?
Yes, they are being washed, However, you're wearing something that somebody previously wore.
Mm.
And that is not hygienic. From a psychological perspective, to know that you're wearing something that somebody else already worn. That is like Jamaicans will call it pupina.
Yeah, pupina business. Mm-hmm.
So that is what you have to be enduring at some of these hotels. Not all, but there are some that this is the reality of the people.
Let us go
Right.
back into the peer business.
Yes.
You're talking about the salary.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, what are the salary scale for most hotel workers?
It it depends on your department. So you get based on your department. As a butler,
Housekeeping and butlers.
all right. Butler will be the highest level of service within the hotel structure. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, you rely heavily on tips because you have more personal interaction with the guests. So therefore, you're able to create memories. So with
Mm-hmm.
creating memories, you're normally getting more tips, and you're
Mm-hmm.
normally the high-end job in terms of the line staff there.
So, but isn't some hotels a situation where they're saying that you cannot get tips?
Yes, this is normally done in the big name hotel in Jamaica, which everybody knows. So
Big name hotel in Jamaica.
yes, man, every,
Oh,
everybody know that big one. So the other team members cannot be tipped, but butlers are being paid through tips.
so what
And
is like the
be
base
frank,
pay for a butler?
normally the butler will get the least in terms of. All right, let me speak openly.
Mm-hmm.
At Sandals, when you're at a Sandals, a team member will get, butler team member will get less pay than the regular team members. Why? Because they are able to collect tips. And
Mm.
this is what a butler will make a living from.
Oh, so
Oh,
it's the tip that make the living from.
yes,
So
yes,
your base salary.
so no, it's not good, not at all. It's
So
not
how much is it? But want you tell me tonight? How much is the base salary for like a butler?
A base salary would be like about 12,500 per week.
What?
Yes, man, that's the reality. However,
12,500?
yes. However, that butler normally gets majority of a tip, so they will be very well taken care of. Oh, at other hotels, that this is different,
Mm-hmm.
right? So as a butler, if you don't get tipped properly by a guest, then you will be bringing home less than a regular staff or the other department. So you rely heavily on tip. That's why the butler has to go above and beyond. And above and beyond actually means staying longer than your time.
Mm-hmm.
It means that above and beyond also means that even when the hotel don't have it, you have to get it. Above and beyond means that any means necessary, you get the request of the guest and you fulfill that.
Mm.
So it's about exceeding expectation. You have to first know what is the expectation before you can exceed it. And this is how a butler will get paid. At different hotels though, the butler get paid differently. So
Mm-hmm.
Secret apps they don't want you to know about. It's called Chatbot AI. You can literally ask.
pay is depending on the clientele and the hotel that you're in. But
You
mhm.
talk, make we go on then to the general. So how much like the housekeepers get?
It varies because what a regular line staff will get, it will get your basic salary. Because what a regular line staff will get, it will get your basic salary. A basic salary will be the minimum wage of $15,000 per week. However, you will get gratuity. So gratuity is the percentage of the manning, the how many people are in house, how many guests are in house. So that percentage is shared among team members,
Mm.
and that amount is agreed upon based on the company's policy how they pay gratuity.
So how often is the gratuity paid?
The gratuity is paid each time you get a pay bill. So whether it be bi-weekly, bi-fortnightly, you will get it by from there.
So generally, I hear a lot of sentiments from the hotel workers that who don't want to be compensated in US dollars. Talk to me about that.
Yes, and I believe it is right as well because other Caribbean countries are getting compensated in US dollars,
Which
and
Caribbean country getting compensated in US dollars?
countries like Bahamas, Barbados, Turks and Caicos, the list goes on. So these
Oh,
countries.
they're compensated in US?
Yes, and the thing is, many of these countries that are being compensated in US dollars, they are branches of the same companies in Jamaica, and
Oh, like sandals?
yes, and others.
Oh.
Not limited to just Sanders, but yes, and it is so ironic, or that you're working for the same company. Yes, yet you get less respect, you get less pay, and you get less resources to use.
Mm.
Yeah, so things like those are a huge issue, and it affects people's well-being in terms of their mental well-being. Imagine this: you're
Mm-hmm.
coming at work, right? For a housekeeper, put in perspective, you're a housekeeper. You're
Yes.
you're cleaning these beautiful suites, nice king size, queen size bed, right? And when you're done, you have to go home to push a zinc to go in your yard. And then
Mm.
you're expected to come there and smile each and every day. And the money that you're getting, it is not onto mouth, it's onto chest because it
Yes.
can't reach your mouth. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times I'm at work and I have housekeepers, I have different team members asking me, and I will give them because I know how the struggles is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reality of people. And no matter how hard their situation is, I hear hotel workers coming to work and saying that they have to choose which child to send to school. This is
Wow.
the reality of the hotel system. This is a day-to-day reality where
So
people.
what
Mhm.
I hear in certain hotels when you cannot eat the food and you can't drink water. Talk to me about that.
All right. So in terms of cannot eat the food, it's about what is on the buffet line. So when the buffet is closed, what they will normally do is to throw away the food. And if you're being caught taking that food, you will be held accountable.
Wow.
And
So
and the
even
fact,
when the food come off the buffet line and it go around the back when you can't eat it? No.
if you're caught eating that, then you will be fined or you will be written up or whatever the case may be.
So what them gonna give you to eat then?
Yeah, you have your cafeteria area that is provided for team members.
Mm-hmm.
However, in various hotels, these places are not, the aesthetics is not pleasing, and you have to
What the
be.
staff lunch is like?
The staff lunch, it varies. I can't say it is bad. However, the time take to prepare it, you don't normally get. Sometimes it's not quality, but you will get sufficient food.
You will get sufficient food. So what the food agwash? The food not cooked properly?
There are sometimes people normally complain about the food that they get, and there are times when you have to deal in with small critters running around.
Small what?
Yes, man.
Small what running around? Critters. What is critters? Rat?
um, put in context and think as you will. No need to for us to spell it out, but there is need for um
Hey guys, I was going for a walk and saw this. Is that an egg? Wow!
proper evaluation of the facilities that the team members will have to eat and about the aesthetics of where they are eating. There needs to be research.
So you're saying that the surroundings and the areas that the workers are to be is not the best of the best.
There you go. For a lack of better term.
I
It is
hear
not.
the workers talking to say them can't drink water. Talk to me about that.
Yes, to think that we live in a tropical country where the sun is normally very hot, and you encounter very hot days. You are normally on the outside. If caught drinking a bottle of water, you will be prosecuted for that. You will be charged a fine for that. And the thing is, there's no mechanism put in place to say that you're going to rehydrate the team members, and there's no water
You
station.
sure about that?
Yes, man. And I'm not saying this is for every hotel. You're not able to bring your bottle so that you can have water whenever you feel like. Imagine being deprived of, or nothing put in place so that you can have basic
Mm-hmm.
commodity of life. And this is the situation a lot of Jamaicans are enduring on a daily basis.
So how many times a week do workers work?
Imagine this, that you are having 7 days in a week and people have to be working 6 days per week, 1 day off, and then you use that 1 day off to associate with your family, to do your business, rest, and then go back to work. So many of them are doing 6 days per week, some doing 5 days per week.
I'm also hearing that a lot of the hotels are understaffed, so workers have to be doubling up. Talk to me about that.
Yes, so the staff are normally asked, not even asked, are pushed to do 2 3 persons job, while if you try to go home early, a supervisor, not even early, you go home on your time, supervisor have you up, manager have you up, and you're barred from getting certain privilege or getting an award or something. This is the reality. Nepotism is the order of the day. Who know who sleeping with who have secret for who. This is the type of environment that is cultivated on a daily basis in the hotel sector.
Wow.
So there's that point in time where I remember an award ceremony where
Uh-huh.
they're saying that this person haven't been home for however long. And I'm saying, this is crazy. How can we be celebrating people being away from their family? How can we be celebrating people not getting adequate rest
Mm-hmm.
on a daily basis? This is what is the norm, and people feel like it is okay. And a lot of people who have been coming here and speaking that they need a change, they need a better life, a better working environment, they will still be against what I'm saying to the Jamaican people and the diaspora about the situation and the reality that they're facing.
Mm-hmm.
There will be some of them that are upset about even me talking about it, but this is the situation, this is a reality, and it needs to change.
Tell us about what has happened to you ever since these demonstrations have happened.
Well, since these demonstrations occur, I believe that I was personally targeted, and
Why you believe you were personally targeted?
because I got a letter right here to say that my contract was terminated um, for unsatisfactory performance during the probation period. So,
So, how long have you been working with this company?
so I've done
Which
two.
which hotel is this?
Um, I will say afterwards, but
Mm-hmm.
I have been working with this company. So as I said, 10 years, over 10 years in the hotel industry. I've worked at one hotel for 8 years, over 8 years, and I've done 6 months at this hotel, and I was going back for my next contract. There was a discrepancy in my first contract, and I pointed out because HR didn't do a proper job. And I
Mm-hmm.
said to HR that you did not provide me with the adequate information in terms of my contract, and that is not good. And so this second, when they was giving me a contract, it was 1 month left in that 6 months, and I said I won't be signing that contract because they were also rude, discriminating against my ear. When
Oh,
prior
there's what were they saying about your hair?
So they were saying that I should cut my hair, and I said no. I From before I started working there, I said I am a Rasta man. I believe in my heritage and my culture, and I believe that I would preserve the right of having. And the person who I spoke to said, "All right, cool, right." And moving forward, the human and social, sorry, the HR manager look at me and
Mm-hmm.
said to me that she wants to wear her nose ring and cannot wear her nose ring. So me, I forgot cut my hair. So then I said to her, "Ma'am, you think that is a fair comparison for something that you attach to your body versus something that grows out of my scalp? I normally cut the side of my hair because I don't want it to be, overpowering and look bushy. So
Mm.
I ensure that I groom my ear. You
So
get
you're
me?"
here.
What kind of dragon do I want? Evil? Full of sweet. Less sweet. Brave.
So they're saying that your hair is a problem.
Yes. And she even told lie that I breached the company policy when it comes down to grooming. So I am normally well put together. Anybody in the hotel sector can tell you one thing about me. Whenever I am going to work, I ensure that I am properly put together. So I said to her, "Ma'am, look at my attire, and do you see that I'm looking untidy?"
Mm-hmm.
And she said no, but the ear. I said, "But we a Bob Marley picture I celebrate and I sell every hotel in our life. So why you
Mm.
say that we are not given the right to
Embracing the
preserve.
Rastafari.
Exactly. Exactly. Because while them think all of this about Rastafarism, it's actually a mentality. And you don't have to be dread. It's about identifying your culture and your heritage. And I believe as a human being, I deserve that right.
Mm.
And I don't breach policies.
So how long you say you have been with this hotel in particular?
6 months, and then I went back to do my next contract. But they realized that they were at fault of not producing a contract for the first one. So this is what they did to say that I'm coming back to this because whilst I was on 3 weeks break, I saw that team members were striking. So I saw them jumping about saying they want more money, more pay. But I'm saying we keep missing the actual point, right? To say wanting pay. So I sent a document to one of the team members to say these are the other things that we need to have or need to be championing for, asking
Yes.
for. And when I came back to a meeting, I stood up and I spoke in the meeting with all of the CEOs and also
The
the
manager.
corporate members, yes, and the managers and the staff. I stood up and I spoke and I said there should be more respect in terms of all of these things that are listed for the Jamaican people so that we can have a symbiotic relationship, how they move, how the company and the team members who sell the company, who sell the product of tourism,
Yes.
they must be compensated and respected in order for the company to continue to grow. And everybody took it, and then all of a sudden I hear all around the property that I am the one who started or instigated the demonstration. I said I was on break. I don't know nothing about this. I only saw that this was happening, but I knew
So
the
they're
reality.
saying that you were the instigator?
Yes, they're saying that when I was on break, know nothing about it. So therefore, they had to make an example out of me. So instead of providing something to say that I have gross misconduct, I've breached the company policy, they only said to me that unsatisfactory performance during my probationary period. And if you check it, to ask any other team member, ask the guests, ask them themselves, I am one of the best staff that they ever have over there.
Which
It's,
company is this?
this is Royalton.
Oh, the Royalton that demonstrating weeks
Not
ago.
not in Negril, the other branch in Trelawney.
So oh, you become a victim of. So Royalton Trelawney was demonstrating?
Yes, there was a muted one. There was a hurry come up one that didn't make the impact.
Like the one in Negril.
In Negril. There you go. It happened on the same day actually. And I was at home. I didn't know about it, and I saw it on the media just like everybody else.
And you are a casualty of that?
Yes, I am. I was held as a scapegoat. I have to come to that conclusion. Why I say I come to that conclusion is because I heard it speaking about that I did it. When I look, the HR manager, other people start look at me a certain way, start making talks. And I'm saying, but wait, it's not adults that work here. So when I was called to a meeting to say that with immediate effect they're going to terminate my contract, I asked for clarity. And I said, it is so what a state of that we are living in Jamaica, where somebody can use their feelings to end how you can provide for your family. Just like that. And they're saying that they don't hold me no obligation, no explanation. And to think that we are living in a country where there's no legislation put in place to protect the rights of the Jamaican people. So you can stop my way of making a living for my family, my son. So my son now, I won't be able to provide for my son. Mind you, I'm coming off 3 weeks break, right? and you don't get compensation for that 3 weeks that
So
you're
you
off.
were looking forward to going into the Christmas winter tourist season?
Of course, because I have my personal ambition to move to an entrepreneur, and I'm putting things into place. And I said, all right, I'm going to, as you said, looking forward for the winter tourist season so that I can now move forward with my personal plan.
My dad got his password stolen on a website this week that he thought he trusted. So I decided I would set him up on safe
And then, with no fault of mine, I was stopped by a paper and I tried to question it. And all they're going to say to me that they don't have no obligation to tell me what, they can just terminate me. And this is the reality. And all I did was to stand up. I never disrespected anyone in that meeting. I stood up and I
So you
spoke.
were the one who stood up to represent the voices of the workers.
Yes, man. Because again, if you're in a space and you're able to communicate effectively for the rights of yourself firstly, and then others, I believe that you hold yourself and others that responsibility.
So at no point did the hotel call you in to say that you had unsatisfactory outcomes during the 6 months?
Never. My evaluation was impeccable. It even suggested from my superior, it suggested that I needed to get I need to upgrade in terms of my ranking.
So your immediate supervisor says that based on your evaluation that you should get a promotion.
Yes, they recommend for a promotion. But I have qualification of a manager. I'm trained to be a manager.
What kind of qualifications you have?
With the Guild of English Professional Butler, I'm affiliate with them. That allows me to train other butlers. Yes. And also I have management supervisory certificate. We have done the training. So that means that I'm certified to be a manager. And when I was just going there, I applied to be a manager. I never applied to be a regular line staff. And because they said that, oh, I have the qualification there and not the experience, which I do have the experience, but because of that same person, the manager who shouldn't have interviewed me, they felt that I was a threat to them, so they couldn't give me that position. However, I said that I'm used to being a butler, and you're able to make a lot being a butler based on the output of your work, and I'm confident in my ability to do so. So I said, all right, let's see where it goes, but my main focus is about gathering enough so that I can move forward with my personal ambitions.
So, in a case like this, you know of anybody else getting this termination contract?
A lot of people. Oh, in terms of from the protests?
Yes.
No, not that I know of. But I know that over the years, these type of things happen when they feel like a team member is too outspoken, or they believe that a team member stand up for the rights of themselves and other people. So they normally get rid of them. And they get rid of them and provide no explanation. So this is a common practice where they feel like they're God Almighty, and there is no legislation put in place where that can protect the team members and preserve their rights.
So, would you return to the hotel sector?
Would I return to the hotel sector? I believe my race has run in terms of the being active in the hotel. But what I hope to accomplish is representation in form of a union, because I know what the staff are facing, right? And
So you want to be the union representative for the hotel workers? That is what your ambitions are at this time?
these are my ambitions based on the unfair treatment over the years, and this same letter to say that they are willing to stop my ability to provide for my family without providing a reason. Because if it's a case that I have done wrong, breach any policy, then I have to accept that and be held accountable. But the moment that you cannot provide clarity to me, I believe that is a major disrespect, not just to me, but to my family and many other people. Their rights are being infringed upon, and they don't know how to voice their concern.
So how you plan about going forward with all of this?
All right, I'm seeking legal advice. I'm seeking any type of encouragement for any official out there who wants to reach out. I am skilled in terms of putting my information together, and I know that I'm able to make an impact. So the change, because change is the only thing that is constant and consistent, it's inevitable. And I believe that the Jamaican people must get a change in the hotel sector. And I'm not saying stuff to be an enemy of any hotel. I'm saying stuff because this is the reality, and it is necessary that we get a change.
So if Ed Bartlett should call you tomorrow morning, or Delano Seavright, or the tourism ministry, would you sit down and go and have a discussion with them?
I don't think I would be going to have a discussion at this point in time. I need more information how to approach that. And I don't want to be a one-man band where this is concerned, because these issues don't only affect me, but it affects others. And I think that within numbers, we are
Real short.
strength.
Oh, so if they call you, don't want go in alone, you want to go in with a group of people?
Yes, yes. I believe that we must come together. And even the 1-1 strike were happening in Jamaica with each of the hotels, I believe that we need to come together and to show the hoteliers, because they cannot take up the hotels and go, no guest come here because the HR manager, no manager, and no because of no CEO or any corporate. They come here for the heritage and the culture of Jamaica. Who is the heritage and the culture? The people. And within the hotel sector, it is dwindling on a daily basis, where our culture is being subdued. And
I hear that most of in the hotels is not Jamaica culture being highlighted.
It's not being promoted. It is being watered down. Even the food that the tourists will consume, it wouldn't be of a Jamaican quality.
Cuisine.
It be a Jamaican cuisine. It is being commercialized so much, spread. When you're making soup and you stretch it.
Oh, so it on brat.
Yes, man. So
from pumpkin soup to brat.
Yes, the broth. The other day when Mr. Netta, Miss Netta came here and he was bashing Jamaica's food.
Yes.
Pay keen attention. They talk about what happened in the hotel, right?
Oh, so you're saying what Miss Netta was talking about was a reality where the food really are watered down?
Yes.
And God. And everybody did not crucify Miss Netta?
No, but all right, this is the thing. Let's not confuse it, because when Mrs. Netta talk about the food of Jamaica, it's the way that it was communicated. It's like it's a Jamaican food overall, but it's not the Jamaican food overall. It is what they get in the hotel. So the hotel is like a utopia. And then the culture of Jamaica is left on the outside. So therefore,
so you're saying then that even the food is not at the standard where it used to be?
No, it's been dwindling.
My God. So what is the hotel food like now these days?
It is often said by the tourists that the food is disappointing. And this is the reality.
Really?
Yeah, this is the reality.
So the food watered down, the entertainment watered down.
Yeah.
So it's basically an Americanized culture.
Americanized and Spanish culture, because many of the entertainment providers are from Dominica, Cuba, and other Spanish countries.
What you said?
It's not a joke, it's a reality. So we don't see entertainment inside the Jamaican space being developed so that they can now be integrated into the tourism sector. We are seeing where people are coming from abroad to come and perform those things. And a nightly show, what you're seeing, not saying that we don't welcome diversity, but you must choose Jamaican first, I believe. And the reality is that we are not getting the Jamaican people being highlighted and the culture is being subdued.
Wow.
This is the reality that we face in the tourism sector.
This is a lot. This is a lot. So how do you plan to, if you were given an opportunity tonight to make a representation to the government, I hear the Prime Minister saying now that the tips are no longer to be taxed. I don't know if you heard he's saying that today, that the tips, him not even saying no longer, he's saying he's considering no longer taxing the tips. Do you think that is enough from the government?
I think with that statement from the government, it just further highlight how detached he is from the hotel sector, because tips, majority of the time, the tips in the hotel sector is given from the guests directly to the team members. So how are you going to stop tax from there, or how is tax involved right there? There are some cases that a guest will leave money on the room, but these are very rare. This is not a major issue. So when you talk about not taxing tips, it is more applicable to the US rather than Jamaica.
Yes.
Because it is a system in America where you leave the tips on the room or you're on the house and you just use your credit card, but not here in Jamaica. Most of the transactions are done from hand to hand.
Oh,
yes.
So
therefore,
when I say yes, that don't really make sense. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not relevant to Jamaica. So
My
it just
God.
further illustrate how far from, how detached. And when you come and you speak about things like this, first thing you hear about your political affiliation. Before I think about choosing a political party, I'm first a Jamaican, and these things affect me. And I'm not saying that anybody who wants to have a voice must be somebody who's against the government. Anybody in the hotel sector having a voice is because of the reality that they're facing. And that first must be looked at.
So if the opposition was to call you to have a roundtable discussion, would you go to the opposition?
Secret apps they don't want you to know about. It's called Chatbot AI. You can literally ask it to
and talk to them about the future of tourism. Or if so, I am saying, suppose right now tourism is in a crisis. If there was an interministerial team of both the government, the opposition, and the tourism sector, would you go to that table to represent these the thousands or the plethora of tourism workers?
100%. And why would I feel comfortable if the opposition is there? I remember listening to Damian Crawford years ago, and when he was speaking about the treatment of the tourism sector or the tourism workers wasn't good, and it needed to change. I heard him speak about that. Remember, he was in the Ministry of Tourism years ago, and I also heard years ago Dr. Andre Orton, he was speaking also to say that his mother worked as a housekeeper in the sector. So I know that these people are attached and understand what is actually happening. And it is about the reality of the people rather than the politics.
Yeah.
So I would gladly accept a conversation with them, because they actually want to make changes, and changes are necessary.
Okay. Well, we really have to deal with this, this. So where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
Where do you go from there? Because Christmas, you have no employment. How you plan to manage?
Well, I will continue to pray. That's the first thing I will do. Continue to pray, because before anything is God, and after everything is God. So I will continue to pray in my personal capacity, and also look ways of making means for myself. I have my business where I do training and coaching. I have done it online. It has been something that
Training, what kind of training you do?
character building and rehabilitation. I've done it in America via Zoom, where I've done it, but it stopped for now. But I have to find other ways and means how to market my business, because this is something that I said I go back to the hotel sector in order to add
But
to.
we can't lose you. We can't lose you. So we have to go find a way to protect your interests.
I'm
My
see,
God.
I'm seeking grants. Let me tell you, Andre, years ago I could have left Jamaica, and I still have the opportunity where I could have migrated. But let me tell you, man, when you see I wear Jamaica on my chest, it's not no joke. I love my country. I believe in my country. And I don't come out here to be in a political game. So when the Prime Minister is going to say things like those, he's very, very uncaring. Very, very uncaring, because the people of Jamaica and the tourism sector, they have been feeling it. They have been bearing it. There are a lot of people who are sick in the hotel sector, and they have to be going to work. There are people are going to work, when I tell you, Andre, mentally they're depleted.
Wow.
Yeah. Before work, doing work, when I guess ask you for something, you have to, unfortunately, the guests looking at you, and you cannot provide the basic necessities for them, the basic things that they ask for. I could have left my country, but I believe in my country, my brother. You get me? And to hear and to know that people are coming from overseas and coming here to Jamaica and not treating us properly, and you think it's just them? Are those who are set in position like HR are trampling on the rights of Jamaicans? And if you
Wow.
say anything, them use them feelings. Just like how I believe that the Prime Minister is not being caring, he's just using political feelings to address and broad brush this. This is not a political thing. This is a reality of the Jamaican people. Understand that, and don't disrespect the Jamaican people. I have butlered Ed Bartlett twice. Twice
What?
I've twice I've butlered Ed Bartlett, and he has never tweaked me once. And he knows, if you are the tourism minister and
You
you,
said the story. You're a butler.
yes.
So you're too busy to read the Bible. Well, what if your Bible reads itself to you? Well, that's exactly.
And you butled the minister of tourism, and the minister never even tipped you.
Twice I butlered him. I have brought his security guard and his officials to their room via the cart that we drive, and I brought meals from room service and ensure that everybody get meal and everything was good. I remember when I brought, prior to COVID, I remember I wasn't the one escorting him down to the ballroom, but I remember him going to the ballroom to address the American, the Canadian, and the English media. And when he went there, I heard him said that tourism was the way forward just before COVID. And I said, if you're going to say tourism is the way forward, you cannot have any plans for Jamaica, because tourism is simple means that somebody have to come to your house before you can feed yourself and your family. You will forever be a slave to them. And so said, so done. I never knew that COVID was going to come. When COVID come, the managers were used to hype on your hotel. Everybody has suffered together.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, tourism is not sustainable, because look at the areas where the tourists, the hotels are in. When you look around the facility, around the areas, there are places in poverty, board house, broke down shop. Take a look for yourself, that just to show you there's no sustainable development. the tourism not moving into the communities of Jamaica. It is not elevating the lives of people. And then we keep hearing that tourism is the backbone of the economy and it contributes the most foreign income. Yes, it does. But who does it generate it for? Majority of that money go back to the investors, and it is remittances that our economy survive off the most. And ironic, when our families come back from the diaspora, they are harassed in the airport, and we set up music and dance to tourists, and we neglect the with people who come back who are contributing so much. And these Dre, thank you, because at least this is a medium where I can speak and my voice is being heard. My family are concerned about my safety, even to speak about these things. But let me tell you, 1838 happened because the slaves saw that it wasn't right what was going on. And we're not going to stand here in Jamaica as descendants of Nanny of the Maroon, Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, Marcus Garvey, and sit down and take oppression over and over and over.
Yes.
The people in the hotel upset now. It's too much. That is the reason why they come out. You know, for years I'm saying things like this, Dre. For years I'm saying it is wrong. Missy old lady, old man, them have jaw and a limp and if you carry stuff. Missy baby mother, we're pregnant, big belly if you carry big tray. And there is nothing to protect the rights of them. And then we're going to come out today and talk about his political thing. It's reality, Mr. Prime Minister. Stop disrespecting Jamaican people.
Whoa.
It is a reality. And to think that somebody is not because you don't like me, because I was never disrespectful at no point in time. I was disrespectful, but you don't like me because I believe that you must treat people better. So you are able, by a stroke of a pen, not even a stroke of a pen, by typing on a computer sheet, you can speak rubbish and then you cannot provide clarity to me. And then you're going to stop my livelihood. This is wrong.
So where do we go from here, Jamaica?
Where do we go from here? Only the Almighty knows. But as I said to you, I am moving forward with the belief that I am putting up myself as a servant to the people of the hotel sector. I'm also here accepting advice on how to move forward, because within this time I am bewildered. And the thing is, because I had a plan to say, go through the winter period and then I'm good. I'm able to put things together and then I'm good. And then I move forward. So now I have to be, it's just yesterday that it happened. So right now I'm still putting things together. I'm still in that
So yesterday you got this letter?
Just yesterday.
So when were you to go back to work?
I was at work. I started work 2 weeks ago. Started back work 2 weeks ago after coming off 3 weeks break. And guess what? I have my bills. The bills never stop coming. My son never stopped going to school. And yet still somebody is going to stop my livelihood, not because of something that I have done. Because I'll take responsibility if there was a case like that. So right now I'm just reconstructing my whole life. And to think that, guess what? I might be a bit more privileged than others. Imagine if this happened to some people who have 2, 3, 4 pitney. This is a reality that them get this too. And why should this continue? That would be my question. Why this uncaring reality should continue?
Wow. I think we have to pick it up from, this is a lot, Jamaica. This is a lot tonight. Well, I will speak to a few attorneys to see who is willing to assist you with this matter. I'm lost for words. Really lost for words. Really lost for words in this matter. But he has said Jamaica, he wants to move away just from being a butler. He wants to now be the voice for the hotel workers. So I'll talk to him off air, but I'm going to take off this man off the screen now, please. Please, producer, take them off, please. But Jamaica has spoken tonight, and I'm sure thousands of people are listening and they're impressed by what Jamaica is saying, but equally they are hurting to know that the future of Jamaica, not the present and the future of Jamaica, this is what has happened to him. But thank you, Jamaica, for coming tonight. We're going to follow up on this discussion. We're going to follow up on this discussion, Jamaica. We can't stop this here. I wonder if the government... No. Somebody send Ed Bartlett this. Send Delana Steve right this. Because we're not holding this right here. So send Janice Allen this discussion. Somebody out there tonight, forward Janice Allen, Ed Bartlett. We want him also to meet with the hoteliers. So if you know a hotelier tonight who is a part of the hotel industry, we want Jamaica to be able to sit down at the table and to assist with improving the lives of the thousands of Jamaicans. Agreed? But that is where we're leaving the show tonight, Jamaica. I can't take on any more of this. Because if I take on any more of this, Jamaica, no, I'm not even taking a call about it. If you want to message me, you message me. But this can't be left at where it is. But Jamaica, we are going to continue this discussion and we're going to invite you to return for us to keep the discussions going and moving. Thank you.
All thanks to you, brother. Blessings to you. And I want to leave with this. Marcus Garvey said, justice is greater than the law.
Justice is greater than the law. You hear that? That's where we leave the discussion tonight. Justice is greater than the law. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.